This week, a top climate scientist at the USDA announced that he would be retiring, leaving after serving for over 20 years as a scientist at the USDA, because the Trump administration won't listen to a single word he has to say about how badly we're destroying the planet and ruining the lives of human beings here in the United States. A man by the name of Louis Zizka, 62 years old, again has been at the USDA for more than 20 years, and he says that recently he compiled a report showing how increasing carbon emissions were actually reducing the nutritional value of rice produced here in the United States as well as abroad. The Trump administration didn't want to see this report. But more importantly, they didn't want the public to see this report. So they buried it. They suppressed it. They refused to let it be released. And according to the USDA officials, they said, oh, no, it's because we disagreed on the science. Politics had nothing to do with this. Just like all of those other times over the last 2.5 years where you have suppressed or buried other reports showing us that climate change is going to destroy us one way or another. Yeah, none of that's been political, right? All just because, oh, you disagree with the science. That's the wonderful thing about science, though, isn't it, folks? You don't get to just sit there and disagree with it. It's science. Kind of like math. You can't disagree with math. It's there. It is a thing. It is quantifiable. But that's what we're getting from the Trump administration, and that's why Mr. Zizka here is not the only scientist that we have seen resign from this administration, even in the last week and a half. We had one last week that resigned because this administration wouldn't let him go testify to Congress about the national security threat that climate change poses to the United States. They said, nope, you're not going to go out there and tell that story. You're not going to go tell the truth. You can't testify. So he quit. We have had other National Park Service employee step forward last week saying that she lost her job for refusing to remove mentions of the human causes of climate change from peer-reviewed paper before it was published. There is a steady and consistent pattern of behavior from the Trump administration when it comes to science. They want to kill it. They want to bury it. They want to make sure that nobody sees the truth. This is dangerous. Not just in the terms of what it's going to do to this country because we're not taking the proper action, but because of what it says about this administration. They're afraid of letting people know the truth. They're afraid of what's going to happen when we realize how dangerous our own actions can be. Because at that point, we're going to demand answers, we're going to demand solutions, and we're going to demand change. And this administration is not prepared, equipped, or smart enough to enact the kind of changes that we need to essentially, at this point, save the country. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.